babe, this is what you came for. Lightning strikes every time she moves.
Hey loves, it's Chellbee, and today I'm back with another video. I hope you guys have been enjoying my posts. I am trying to get consistent, and I would like to say I'm doing a good job of doing so. If this is your first time catching me, I'm Chellbee. I'm the blogger behind Chellbee.com. I can be found at I am Chellbee across social media. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I'm pretty much on every social media platform, so if you want to chat, you can always catch me on those platforms. Today's video, to jump right into it, is going to be another part of the Young Christian Wife series, which I talked a little bit to you guys about a few weeks ago, and our first conversation was about submission. And since I got some really good feedback from you guys that you were enjoying the series, I wanted to continue. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about marriage and dreams, which is kind of funny because we actually talked about this, me and some of the girls that I met up with a few days ago, because I had my first Christian meetup. If you live in the Atlanta area, make sure you go to Chellbee.com. There is a post on there that has a little place where you can drop your email and RSVP for the next meetup. We meet up right now every other month, so our next meetup is going to be in, because this is July, our next meetup is going to be in September. So if you live in Atlanta, make sure you check that out. You can find the details on Chellbee.com. But without further hesitation, our briefing rather, I'm going to jump straight into today's video. Oh, and did I mention that I have a podcast? And I'm so excited to note that I have moved my podcast. Not that you probably know what that means, but what it means for you guys, if you listen to my podcast, is that I'll be able to do longer episodes, so I'll be able to go more in depth with each topic. So I'm really excited about that. It looks like probably the September or August podcast episodes will start to be longer, and you'll notice instead of my normal 8 to 15 minutes range, I'll probably start to go for maybe 30 minutes or longer. And I'm going to try to tackle some of the things that you guys message me about, email me about most. So that way it can kind of be like a response, and you can also kind of get my real world examples. And I can go into detail about like how I would handle each situation. So I'm really excited about that. If you have not caught my podcast, make sure you check it out. It's I Am Chellbee Podcast. I will make sure I drop the links below. It's available on Apple iTunes. It's also available on Google Play. And then you can catch it on SoundCloud if you're like a desktop user, or if you just want to, listen to it while you're getting some work done at work. Okay, now that I really am done talking about all the other jazz outside of YouTube, today I wanted to talk about marriage and dreams. And I did a very brief post about this on my blog. If you're newly married or if you're engaged, you probably haven't thought about this because it's not something that I really thought about. I don't know. I don't know if it's just because, you're so busy being in love, planning a wedding, or, just trying to get through day-to-day life that you don't think about this. But like when you have dreams, you have goals for yourselves, and you have like visions of where you want to be in life, those things kind of take like the forefront, like that becomes like your primary focus in life. It's the thing that kind of keeps you motivated, keeps you driven, keeps you going day to day. And not saying that your marriage or your spouse or your partner doesn't keep you motivated, but most of the time, very often, even though, we love our spouse and they're important to us, when you're focused on dreams or when you're like goal oriented, you kind of separate the two. Like you separate your goals from your marriage. And I definitely did that for a while, like a long time in our marriage, like for the first 8 months. Like I was so focused on, being the best person I could be, like, trying to get all these different ideas off the ground, trying to reach the largest audience possible, trying to establish myself, and this new thing that I was like walking into, because when we got together, that's when I actually started blogging. Like he's the one who encouraged me to blog, and I'm sure at times he probably regrets that, but we're not gonna go there. But my point is like for like, I'm using myself for example, so you kind of get like a real world or a relatable example that, you know, you can kind of understand my point. Is like, I was really focused on, you know, being the best blogger I can be. I'm starting my YouTube channel, I'm starting my podcast, you know, I'm starting all these new avenues where I'm connecting with different people, sharing my story, you know, hitting different goals that I want to hit, and then making higher goals that I want to hit for myself. And that kind of became something completely separate from our marriage. And instead of it being like something where, you know, we try to rock it out together, or I try to get input from him, or even involve him in like my all-together dream and like master plan, you know, it just kind of became like, if he didn't agree, if he didn't react the way I wanted to when I told him about something that had to do with it, then like I was immediately turned off. Like I shut down. Like I couldn't be bothered. I started to look at him like a distraction. And that is like the biggest mistake you can make in your marriage. Now, I'm not saying that your husband is going to rock out with you, vibe with you, and be your business partner in whatever it is that you're going after, whatever your career goals are or life goals are. Your husband very well may not be interested in those things. But that does not mean that you guys can't go for them together. You know what I'm saying? Like, let him support you in that. You know that he only wants the best for you. You know, bounce ideas off of him if he's open to it, or, you know, involve him in some of the things that you're doing. Like this week I had my husband take pictures of me for my vlog. But just make it, I just realized that like when it comes to dreams and marriage, usually we think that we have to keep the two separate. And especially when you're coming from being single and you're newly married, it's just easier to keep the two separate. Or it sounds easier rather to keep the two separate, but it's really not. It takes a strain on your marriage, and a lot of time will go by before you recognize like what the major issue is. And it's because you're thinking like these are my dreams, this is what I'm gonna do, this is the person I'm gonna be, this is who I'm striving to be, and all this stuff. But it has to be us, even in your dreams, you know, like even with your dreams, whatever your goals are, it has to be us. Everything has to be us, or else it just doesn't work. And I hate to say it that way, but I mean, yeah, you could accomplish your goals, but you know, if you accomplish those goals and your marriage fails because of that, like, will it be worth it? I guess is what it comes down to. That's what I kind of had to recognize. Like, no, you know, he may not know anything about Squarespace, WordPress, Blogger, or any of that, but you know, he still can I can still bounce ideas off of him. I can still tell him about different things that I'm doing, you know, like new things I'm trying, what's working well, what's not working. Tell him about, you know, what happened when I went to this event. Like, there's still so much you can share with each other. Even if you're not in similar fields, or you don't have similar career paths, goals, whatever the case may be, it doesn't mean that you can't share those things together. And ultimately, the biggest part of being a marriage is creating a life together. So even with your dreams, even with those things you hold close to you that you guard, like with your life, because most of us guard our dreams with our lives, let's just be real. You have to like share that with your significant other if you want to have the best marriage, you know, possible. And yeah, it can be difficult at times. It can be hard finding like a good stride for you two of like what to share and what's important to him versus, you know, maybe something that's not going to be like a big deal. You know what I'm saying? It's difficult to find that stride, but once you find it, things get so much easier. And not only does it get easier, but it opens a line of communication that probably doesn't currently exist between you two. And because your goals are so important and the things that you want to do with your life are so important, there's just no room not to share that with your significant other. And it's one thing to like dream together and share your dreams together, but it's another thing to push each other forward, to move towards and work towards those dreams. So you guys have to champion each other's dreams, and you can't champion his dreams and he can't champion your dreams if he doesn't know what that is and what steps you need to take to get there. So you guys have to have that conversation. You have to be open about it. You have to have that vulnerable moment, which you should be having a lot of those anyways, so that you guys can move forward together and, you know, be a power couple together. I mean, that's really what it's about. Like, you know, you winning and him not winning is not ideal, and the same thing for him. Like, him doing well in his career and you not doing well in yours is not ideal either. So you both need to be happy with whatever it is your goals are. Even if your goal is to be a housewife, and, you know, for him to do well, like, you guys have to champion that for each other. You know, he has to encourage you when you're at home taking care of the kids and taking care of the household, and, you know, make sure you're getting done whatever it is that you need to get done to be happy, and you have to do the same for him. So it's just about support in every part of your life is really what it comes down to. I would say maybe a few months ago I realized that I had become so attached to my dreams that I had detached from my relationship with my husband and my marriage. So don't get so attached to the idea of who you want to be that you disregard your reality. You know, like, don't get so attached to, I want to be this person, I want to do these things, I want to accomplish these things in life, that you disregard the fact that you have a spouse that, you know, needs love, they need encouragement, they need your time, you know, they need your ear. Just, you know, be present in the moment, but also be aware of the steps and the actions you need to take to move forward, and share that with your significant other. It just makes it a lot easier. Like, if you're gonna be working, you know, at home late at night for a long period of time and your husband needs to go to sleep, how much easier would it be if you just said, like, you know, babe, I really need to get so-and-so done, so I'm going to stay up late tonight so I can get that done. Then he can support you in that. You never know. Maybe he'll stay up a little bit later so that you can have someone up with you. But just share that information and be present in the moment, and not so focused on the idea of what it is you want to accomplish or what you want to be or what you want to do. Okay, you guys, that's it for today. I hope that what I said today resonated with you. Hopefully that real world example of what I did wrong will keep you from making those same mistakes, or maybe keep you from continuing to go down the wrong path. You know, just be open, create that open path of communication between you two, and most of all, really champion and cheer each other's dreams. Like, you guys have to encourage each other. Like, that at home should be the most supportive space, you know, ever for you. Like, you should be happy to go home, and your husband should be happy to go home. Anywho, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I enjoyed talking to you guys. I'm definitely going to be doing more videos about marriage, because it's such an interesting and diverse topic that I'm still learning so much about, and I just look forward to continuing to have those conversations with you guys. Definitely drop me a comment below if you have gone through something similar, or if you're if you could relate. Maybe you've been married for a few years and you've already gone down that path. Drop a comment below. You never know who your comment might touch, so definitely share your experience down low. Share your experience down below. I hope you guys like today's setup. I got some lights going, so I am able to move around a little bit more in my space, and I'm going to be rearranging this room soon. Yeah, it looks like a mess over here. I'm going to be rearranging this room soon, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's setup, our conversation. There will definitely be more videos coming your way. Don't forget, every first and third Thursday you can expect a new video from me, and if you miss me in the meantime, in between time, make sure you check me out on Chellbee.com. A new blog post is posted every single Wednesday, and every second and fourth Friday you can catch a new podcast on SoundCloud, Google Play, iTunes, right? I have to go through all that. And you guys know you can find me pretty much everywhere on social media at I am Chellbee. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got for today. So thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much for subscribing. If you have not already subscribed, make sure you hit that button right now, okay? Because you don't want to miss the next video. Until next time, you guys, be blessed, stay prayed up, and be safe out there in these streets. All right, bye.
Baby, this is what you came for. Lightning strikes every time she moves.